Hello, it's Judith here. I'm sure we're all very focused now on Christmas, which is only 2 weeks away, and very busy with that Christmas to-do list. So just a quick reminder, if you can't do it, delegate it, drop it, and it'll all be fine. And just remember, give yourself some breaks, look after yourself so that you are in a good state to enjoy Christmas as well as just do all the things you have to do for Christmas. And then that's me finished with Christmas, except for enjoying it when the time comes. And I'm thinking now about New Year, and I'm not going to say much about this at all, except look out in January for something I'm calling New Year, New Start. And that's all I'm going to say for now, because you won't remember it. You won't do anything about it, so there is no point. But just look out for the January videos and all will be explained. What I thought might be useful leading up to that is to allay any fears or that people may have about hypnosis and hypnotherapy, or perhaps to answer questions people may have, because it's not the only thing that I do, but it is the thing that I do most of, because guess what? It's most effective. I use NLP and CBT and other things, but I generally do them in hypnosis because it's most effective. So this week's video is all about what is hypnosis, and then next week's is about what actually happens, what's the therapy bit, and what happens in hypnosis when I'm working with somebody. And what is hypnosis is often misunderstood, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So the definition that I work to, the definition I was trained to, is it's a state of focused relaxation. Now, at the moment, I'm sure for many of you, just the relaxation bit will sound appealing. And I do find that with clients, that if they're busy people or they have any type of anxiety, then their reaction is, oh my goodness, after the event, oh, that was lovely. Or I haven't felt this relaxed for ages, or whatever. So the relaxation bit in itself is valuable and therapeutic. The focus bit is where the therapy comes in. So first of all, you're very relaxed, so you're much more open to learning or making changes. And secondly, being in hypnosis, you are much less easily distracted. So you're very focused in on what is going on, and you're not distracted by noises around you or thoughts or whatever. You're able to absolutely focus on the work we're doing, which is brilliant as far as I'm concerned. So it's a double win, actually. The relaxation in itself it's, as I say, can be therapeutic, or at least pleasant. And then the focus enables us to do the work. And I believe very firmly, make changes much more quickly than outside of hypnosis. But that still doesn't tell you what the experience is like, does it? And it is very difficult to explain. The best definition I've had from a client is, it was like I was here, but I wasn't. And that is absolutely perfect. So when I put somebody into hypnosis, they can hear everything I'm saying throughout the session. If they want to remember any of it, feel free. If I really want them to remember something, I will suggest that they do so quite strongly. But otherwise, it's up to you. You can remember or not remember. So you will hear everything that I'm saying. So you're not asleep. Hypnosis is not sleep. You're not so zoned out in a trance that you're in another place. You're not, you're not in the room with me. You've gone somewhere else. You're still in the room with me, but in an altered state. So you can hear everything I say. The interesting thing is that adults particularly, and teenagers from about mid-teens or earlier, do not move when they're in hypnosis. So I can put somebody in hypnosis and keep them there for 20 minutes, half an hour, and they don't move. at all. Which is how I know they're in hypnosis, because it wouldn't be a normal thing to come in, have a quick chat with me, lie down on my chaise longue, close your eyes and just lie there and not move for 20 minutes or longer. That's not normal behaviour. So you can hear everything. Remember, if you want to, you don't have to. And the worst you're going to experience is that it's a very relaxing experience. And after the busy Christmas and then the sort of getting back into things in the new year, being relaxed is a pretty good option before we even start doing any work. The thing that confuses or worries people is that, you know, they see hypnosis being done on the television, or perhaps they've gone to a show, and it appears that the person doing the hypnosis, who is usually a genuinely trained hypnotist, and they see them apparently taking control of somebody's minds and making them do something stupid. So the biggest fear to allay is that there is no way that they or I or anybody else who's a hypnotist or a hypnotherapist can take control of your mind. It is your mind, and you are always in control of it. A stage hypnotist will make it look like that because he's trying to entertain, so he's going to make it look pretty dramatic. The people that I work with, I want them to be as calm and relaxed as possible, so I'm not out to entertain at all. I'm out initially in the first session to give them a good experience of hypnosis, but also my objective is very different. I want to help people make the changes that they've come to me to make. So my approach is very different. Therefore, the expectations that I set when I'm talking to a new client or a prospective client or talking to you now are that it's going to be a relaxed experience. You're going to be very focused and you're going to be able to hear everything I say, and I can't take control of your mind. All I'm doing when you're listening to me is making suggestions. Sometimes they're stronger suggestions than others, but generally I try to be as open with my suggestions, because guess what? Your amazing unconscious mind, which is where we really want to be working, comes up with some fantastic responses to the suggestions I make. I'm continually amazed by what people say after a session. You know, when you said XYZ, well, I did ABC. Really? Okay, nobody's ever done that before. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised anymore because it happens so frequently. So I'm making suggestions, and your unconscious mind is taking those suggestions, and because it knows what you need, is interpreting them in the right way for you. So you are very much in control. In 11, 12 years, I've only had one person who ever got uncomfortable in hypnosis because something had come up, which I think is what people are sometimes afraid of. And therefore I tell my clients, you can, if you're unhappy about anything, you can come out of hypnosis. You don't have to rely on me to bring you out. I want you to stay there, but if something unpleasant or worrying has come up and you just want out, you can do it. So you're in control at all times of what goes on in your mind and whether you stay in hypnosis or come out. So that's the difference. The stage hypnotist wants to entertain. So again, it's expectations. If you go to a show or see it on television, you expect people to be hypnotized and be asked to do something stupid, and they do it. If you're a volunteer up on the stage or in the studio audience, you know, and you are asked to do something stupid, guess what? That's what you were expecting. You were expecting to be laughed at while you're in hypnosis, so you just get on all fours and bark like a dog or whatever it is you're being asked to do. So the expectations are very different, and the way that the expectations are set by what you've seen before for a stage show or what I tell you before I put you into hypnosis means the experience is going to be very different, although you're in the same state. So what that means is, in that state, you are more suggestible, which is why I'm very careful about the suggestions I make. But also, because you're expecting it, you're much more likely to follow a suggestion of a stage hypnotist. So I hope that's helped. I really wish I could come up with a better way of describing it so that people knew, because I find people fall into two camps. I mean, some are just open to it, so it's three camps really. Some are worried about me taking control of their mind and, you know, making changes. Believe me, with some people I really wish I could, but I can't, and I never will be able to, so I'm comfortable with that. Other people want it to be a sort of Zen experience that is different to anything they've experienced. So they're disappointed that it's not going to be like that, whereas the fearful ones are, I hope, relieved. But it is what it is. And it's still, in my book, a very valuable and effective way of doing therapy. If you have any questions, and as I've offered many times before, if you just want to experience it, I'm happy for free to just put you into hypnosis for 15-20 minutes so you can experience it. Certainly, if you're worried about hypnosis, that would be a good place to start. So, and is typically what I do in session 1. So there's a bit of therapy in what I do in session 1, but it's mostly about having a good experience of hypnosis. Any questions? Any requests? You know where I am. I'm feeling very, I'm always feeling beneficent. So yes, if you want to just experience it, I'm happy to do so in December or in the new year. But if you just have some questions, you can DM me or contact me in all the other ways that I am contactable. Okay, and next week I'll talk a bit more about the therapy bit, what happens when we're actually focusing on the work that is going to make the change that the client wants to make, which is something we've agreed beforehand. Okay then, until next week, you take care. Don't panic, don't make yourself fraught and frantic, just do what you can do and it'll be a lovely, lovely Christmas. But until next week, you take care and I'll see you then. Bye.